Okay, so the way this system's supposed to work is we have a float installed outside in the sewer, and it's a normal open float, and it's tied into input 14. Now, if that float should close, indicating that water level has risen in the sewer, what's supposed to happen is we send an output through output 11 to a valve out in the street that closes. Once the valve is closed, we're supposed to get an input back on 15 telling us the valve is shut. Inversely, if the float should open up, or you manually actuate the valve at the control panel, we send a signal through output 12, which opens the valve, and then once the valve is open, we're supposed to get an input on 16. Now, I have two issues with the system right now. First being is, valve is shut, and if I go to the auto position, it stays shut. Now, that's a problem because right now, as you can see on the input status screen, input 14 for that float is open. So the logic dictates that the valve should be stroking to an open position right now. And we could sit here until the cows come home, but that is not going to happen. So, again, no rain, valve shut. That's issue number one. Issue number two, and I'm just going to prove out operation here, but if I open the valve, go back to the main page, you go to the output screen, we see that we are outputting on 12, which is telling the valve to close. Open. We go to the input screen, you're going to see 16 light up once the limit switch tells the control panel the valve is indeed open. Okay, perfect. Go back to the main screen, valve is open. We sit here for, however long, it's not going to make a difference. I'm not going to get an alarm. I've gone outside, I've looked at the valve itself, the valve is indeed open. The problem lies in now, when I go back to the rain sensor screen and tell it to go into an automatic condition, the valve should be open because the float is open. But, oops, I'm going to the wrong page. We have the input telling us the valve is open, but we're still getting the output to open the valve. Now I'm going to pause the video because in 2 minutes we're going to get an alarm that tells us the valve is not open.